says the meeting is being live streamed. Fantastic. Okay. We are on Facebook. Now I gotta find you all. Okay, here we are. Hi, greetings. Here we are. And now I'm recording. Here we are. Fantastic. I am here tonight. I'm jumping in. I'm going too fast. Okay. We just got grounded. Only some of us didn't really get grounded. And but that's okay, because you know, my authentic in my authentic grounding, sometimes there's a lot of air. My name is Dr. Giavanni Washington, and I'm super excited tonight as the co-creator of the first Black Goddess Within Oracle deck. I have gathered and reunited all of the OG goddesses from the first deck. This is so excited. We also we have a surprise guest. We've got Erica Baker, who's here, who was the photographer on the project. And so we're all gonna discuss tonight, this evening, what it was like to go through this particular rites of passage together and as individuals, and what it's like 5 years on. So I am going to invite the goddesses to introduce themselves, and I will just go in order as I see you all on my screen. So Aura, can we start with you?
Peace, everyone. I'm Aura, and I'm calling in from Playa del Carmen, Mexico. And the goddess that I met on this journey was Goddess Mami Wata. And this was such a powerful goddess for me to dance with and get to know. And I didn't know that the message and the energy she resonates with would impact my life so much. So I'm excited to share more about that. My sole purpose in this lifetime is supporting women and getting connected to their truths, to their bodies, to their sexuality, and living a life of sensual deliciousness. And one thing I want the audience to know about me is that I love to travel. And it's one of my soul's love is to experience new cultures, new people, new places, new foods, new smells. And so I hope to continue to travel throughout my life and share more ways for other women around the world to solo travel as well.
Ashe. Thank you so much, Aura. And the next on the screen for me is Rafina.
Peace and blessings, everybody. Love and light, love and light. So I am calling from Santa Monica. I'm near a body of water on this warm day. And the goddess that I met and encountered and am continuing to dance with is Abrewa, who is behind Giavanni right now. And Abrewa is a goddess who looks out for her children. She about her folks, her kids, her babies. And I have through her been on this journey of defining abundance, dancing with abundance, receiving abundance, sharing abundance, enjoying abundance, experiencing the weight of abundance. What do you do when you have the abundance? It's been quite a journey and continues to be. So abundance is our legacy. And my purpose in this moment, in this period of my life, is to be as present and as authentic of JoJo. He back there cooking because my kids cook. So to be as authentic as God or the goddess energy would have me be. Hold on, baby, don't do that while I'm talking. Hold on. And so, because he's scraping, like getting abundance, like let me get all of this. So just being purely authentic and being in the moment. And one of my hashtags is joy is my portal. And so I truly believe that when I'm experiencing joy, that I am in alignment with the creator. So wherever that space is for me, through music, through emotion, through dance, through food, or through communication with people. That's my purpose. And I want people to know that I am continuing to evolve on this beautiful goddess journey, and I'm sharing my journey. And we'll see where it leads. And I want people to come with me because I want to inspire other people the way that I've been inspired by sisters evolving and growing on their journey. And I'm just one who is in that lineage, in that on that path of empowerment and enlightenment. And I hope that I am able to positively affect someone else's life.
Ashe. Thank you, Rafina. Thank you, Mama Brewa. And next we have Kim Gadlin. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Alafia Ashe. My
Ashe.
name is Kim, and the goddess that I met on this journey was the powerful Oya Opa Oya Opa Oya Opa Oya. Yes. I'm in the tornado right now, right? This whole transition. I am in now the city of sisterly affection and brotherly love. Moved 3,000 miles away from sunny California to Philadelphia. So I reside here now. I am working with a renowned dance company, Philadelphia. I am teaching, doing what I love. And I must say that I am here to help people with transitions, right? Which is definitely a part of Oya's tenets, is one of the things that she brings into people's lives, like how to transition, how to make change happen. Not just in my life, but I'm working with young people, helping them to recognize their power. And let me tell you, that's not easy. But I'm here trying to do that to the best of my ability. Let's see, I was just very fortunate to have her come with the connection of the ancestors, with the connection of words, how to relate and how to define and be in your moment, like Rafina was saying, being present. And sometimes it's difficult for us to do that because we reside so much in our past sometimes, but she makes you come forward. She is a warrior of words. And I've just had some very close encounters with her where she made me stand up and be brave and make me empower that strength and courage from way within. It always happens when I'm on a plane. For the most part, we have all our conversations when I'm up high. But yeah, so that's been my whole like meaning of Oya. And in my daily life, just finding the words to be present, finding the words to come back from change and allowing change to resonate and not be afraid of it, and welcome it. You know, because it's been a ride. Let me see. So participating with the Oracle deck, I was able to meet all these wonderful women. I mean, sisters in love, sisters who are doing their thing and riding the waves of the world, and just very fortunate. And when you all came on, and when I came on, I was just like, I forgot I had this other family, you know? And so I'm so happy that we are having this reunion to come back and talk about who we were back then, because I'm definitely not the same person that I was back then. I'm definitely not her. I love her tremendously for getting me to right here, but I'm no longer her. And I seeing you all reminded me of her. But she was a wonderful person, but this one, I love her too now. So I'm done.
Thank you, Kim. We appreciate both of you. Thank you both for being here. And next on my screen is Miss Diana Wallace. You have to come off mute. She has a beautiful voice, y'all. we're just building the tension and the excite. There you go.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Diana Wallace, and I'm so happy to be here. And this is such a wonderful reunion of sisters. And it's so interesting because I am the senior, but in the midst of this group, I felt like such a baby because I had such an experience of all of you really, really knowing who you were as you stepped into your goddess. And for me, my experience was to actually look into a mirror and really see who I am. My goddess is a Sasaya, and I am all about the earth. I'm gardening and harvesting, and I work in the garden. I do videos. I do my drum circles in the garden, and I didn't realize that the garden is my truth. The earth is my truth. The harvest is my blessing. When I'm in the garden, I'm in constant prayer. So to actually see my true self when I met my goddess was mind-blowing, and it felt restorative in a sense that it reaffirmed everything that I knew but didn't necessarily understand. So in this journey, I have come to know and love who I am and why I do the things that I do. So it was like peeling back a curtain that I didn't even know was on my eyes, and it allowed me to see my true self and really, really love myself, all my ways of being, and realizing how important it is. So I'm a drum circle facilitator. I work with all ages from about 6 months to like 109, all abilities, autism, memory care, everything. I do it, and what I bring to them is the truth of the rhythm. We've been gathering in rhythm since the beginning of time. So I'm reminding them, as Sasaya is reminding them, because she speaks the truth. So with the drumming comes the truth and the remembrance of where we started. And I guide them back to the truth and that innate experience of connecting in community rhythm. And it's just so amazing. And I'm happy to be here. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say, but I am just thrilled to be here. And it's so great to see you all and remember that first experience when we were all, getting all dressed up and doing our photographs. It was gorgeous and life-changing, and I loved it, and I'm so grateful for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana, for being with us and bringing us the rhythm this evening. And next we have Mocha.
Wagwan. Hola, mi amors. I am Mocha, aka Marquidia. I'm a natural born spirit lifter, just like all these reflections in front of me and beyond. My goddess that I got in alignment with was Andromeda. And I definitely have learned to break the shackles that have been on, still working through that and helping others as well with subconscious reprogramming, meditation, movement, and so many others. My main purpose, I feel, is really helping to eradicate rape and molestation in all forms, but I am seeing my route in my business, which is Love You Being You. So I feel like if we tune into ourselves, love ourselves, we will, gain clarity and connection with source and really be able to reflect that energy and attract that energy in our lives, every individual. And then we get to love each other even more and more and more when we love ourselves. And my main goal in that is to actually pay people to love themselves, because that's a job. That's work. We all, we all want. I want to put money towards that. I want us to invest in that, just like we do other work in our lives. So, so grateful to be here today. So grateful for the opportunity and the alignment again with all of you.
Thank you so much, Mocha. We appreciate you. And they're paying us for being beautiful, powerful, all of that. You got a lot of snaps on that one. And last and certainly not least is of the goddesses is Tani, who met Mott. Tani.
Peace and blessings, everybody. Super grateful to be here and see all your wonderful faces. My name is Tani Osborne. I am calling in from the illustrious Leimert Park area of South LA. And I was aligned with the goddess Ma'at, goddess of truth, justice, cosmic balance. And it's so much instilled with my alignment and purpose of life. I feel like my sole purpose for being in this realm at this time, in this being, is to utilize all of my talents, which there are multiple, to help others elevate, whether it be physically, through services that I offer, or energetically, also through services that I offer. Yeah, everything that I do, I think, and offer helps people align with what I'd like to consider an ancestral truth that we can all tap into and leave better.
Ashe, ashe, ashe. Thank you so much, Tani. And I would love to hear from Erica Baker. Now, I don't have a picture of Erica as a goddess yet, but she did take all of the photos that you have seen behind me today, including that one. So please, Erica, come on, let's hear your, add your voice to this conversation.
Hello, I'm Erica, and I'm calling from Los Angeles. And all I can say, this panel is just pure empowerment. And you ladies are just beautiful. And from photographing you and going through the journey with you, it was amazing. And just seeing how all of you have just the different facets of all of you, that it's just amazing and beautiful. And the light is so bright from all of you.
Ashe.
And I feel your love, I feel your support, and your energies are just vibrating rigorously. So I'm so happy to just see how all of you are just doing your thing, and just as it keeps evolving and changing, and just keep at it. And there's so much love here, and I'm honored to have had the opportunity to photograph all of you, and it was a joy. And we got to get together soon so we can photograph again.
In Costa Rica.
In Costa Rica.
We'll go to Costa Rica? Well, okay.
That's fine.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Erica, you made me a little emotional there. I was like, wait, I'm gonna cry. You got a comment. Someone in the comments said that the photographs were beautiful. So I wanted to let you know that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Acknowledge that. They're actually incredible photos. And there were so many more than what people saw. And as I've been doing, the last year or so, going through the files, as it were, I reminded, like you said, of the light of all these women who met the goddess. And it's interesting to me that most of you, I don't think any of you said portrayed or modeled the goddess. All of you said like aligned with the goddess or met the goddess or in a relationship with the goddess. So let's talk about that for a minute, and y'all can just popcorn on in. I would love to hear from some of you. What does goddess mean to you?
May I? Mama Diana, please. It's my honor. Please go first.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you. Being the elder, yes, thank you. Goddess to me means shining brightly in your truth, showing up as you are and just claiming it. This is who I am. This is my duty. This is my responsibility to give my gifts to those around me. And it has been such an incredible transformation for me, truly, truly. Embodying a sasaya I met myself. I met myself on such a deep level that I had no idea that I just would have such a clarity, a greater clarity in my life and everything that I do. I live in the yard. I'm a gardener. I'm planting. I'm harvesting. That's what I do. Now I understand why I do it, and it's so much more spiritual and so much more sacred. So it just elevated my life to a much more sacred level. Beautiful.
Ashe. Thank you, Diana. Thank you. Mocha, go on. Please follow on.
Yeah, that sacredness is everything. Goddess to me means being a co-creator with source. I refer to source just as some people refer to God or Allah or creator or higher power. Buddha, Krishna is it's the same vibration. So that source, like being the spirit embodying a human form and recognizing that we are extensions of the source that created all, and knowing that we have access to getting that assistance from source to co-create the reality that we desire on this planet, and then utilizing that power to really I guess take the reins on what's going on here and alchemizing it, like knowing that nothing really has a hold on us, even though it seemed that way over the years, that there's a greater power on this planet, whether it be government, politicians, all these people. And it's like, no, the power's in the people. But when the people tune into that inner creator, inner source, they're guided to do the work that can help make this planet so much more beautiful and safe and harmonious and loving for every single being. So yeah, I feel like a goddess steps into that by doing the work, like Mama Diane said, that deep shadow, integrating light and dark, and knowing that, again, we're one with all, we're all one, and we got this. Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe. Thank you, Mocha. Thank you. Anyone else? Another voice that wants to respond to this question or reflect on what goddess means to them? Now listen, y'all were on the call before we went live, and everybody was talking. It's like, don't sit here and be quiet. Yes, Kim, please.
Thank you. I think I was processing it more so that I could articulate what it was. It was trying to resonate from my heart to my brain to my mouth. And it changes, it's interchangeable. It changes. Goddess, the title changes for me a lot. You can be a mother, you can be a lover, you can be a sister, you can be a they, you can be a them, you can be a him, you can be a her, you could be a she, you can be a it. It's like this person at the moment who knows that nurturing is needed. The person at the moment who knows that peace is needed. The person at the moment who knows that friendship or love is needed. That's a goddess to me, who may look weak to some people, but the ones who are really looking are going, no, that's not the one that you want to play with, right? So this feminine energy that's in all of us, that has been silenced, that has been oppressed, that has been repressed, always finds a way to shine, always finds a way to bring about truth through creativity, through food, through fashion, through love, through art, through music, through poetry, all this stuff, right? So this goddess is bigger than this embodiment of just what pictures may show. It is an energy. It's an energy, and it's a time capsule, keeps coming to my brain. I don't know why. Somebody can play with that. But yeah, it's like it's ever floating and morphing. And I think COVID gave us the opportunity to stop and reflect on the power of women or ourselves, and that self-love that Mocha was speaking on, you know, loving yourself. I want to be paid for loving myself. I would be a millionaire. Yes. But yeah, that's how it was coming to me, because I've always been that girl who could do it just as well as the boys. Jump the fences, play basketball, do all that, right? And I've never been afraid of that. And I know that that's, oh yeah, that I align with, because she's one of the baddest ones, right? Okay, warrior. And so, yeah, it's now I'm going to start rambling, so I'm going to stop, because my processing has stopped. But yeah, almighty.
If I could piggyback and interject, just kind of like everything that you all have been saying definitely resonates with me. For me, I feel like oftentimes we hear the word like goddess in words like diva, words like queen, and there's maybe a physical attribute that we may have in our minds. Like when we see this deck, these women are gorgeous. We're beautiful. Everything is like pristine and like amazing, right? But I see goddess as like she said, an energy. It's a level of being that definitely shifts and molds and looks different every day and for everybody. So there's not like a specific, this is goddess status, but yet for you, it's being fully, for me, goddess is being fully whatever that is for you. Because what goddess looks like for me looks completely different for you. This is why everybody's card even looks so different. And every goddess looks so different, because there is no one thing and there's no one visual, there's no one state of being, but yet it is a level of state of being that I am at my highest and most aligned self with source, whether that is mentally, physically, and even if it's not at the best, I am the one in charge of intentionally working to get there. That I know what's going on and I'm doing something to intentionally fix it and elevate that, and in that moment I'm shining at the brightest, highest level in being that my God, inner being, goddess connected to source can shine in. That's goddess for me.
Ashe.
Wow.
Ashe. I think you and Kim actually pulled out something that's very interesting. I consider goddess, and it took me some years before I could articulate this, but I consider goddess an approach. And it's exactly what you said. It is how you identify the thing you're supposed to be here doing, and then how you go about doing it. When you 100% with the most authenticity, completely in alignment, with no question and no doubt, or even really anywhere on that path, right? You don't have to be all the way there to be goddess. I think goddess is the approach. It's everything that's on the way, right? And what I think, going back to what Kim said, she mentioned COVID. I feel like you can't escape any conversations today without talking about COVID. But there was something that was really interesting that happened in COVID, where we released this deck in December. I think it was December 10th, 2016, to be exact. That's when it sort of went into the world. And I ordered 250 copies. And it took me like 5 years to sell them and get rid of them, like to give them away, right? But after the assassination of Mr. George Floyd, and in conjunction with COVID, the world had slowed down enough that that we had this racial reconciliation happening. And I re-released the deck with an understanding of where the world was, and it is in the hands of people in every state except for Alaska and I think West Virginia, and in Spain and in Australia and in England. Like it's gone places. Like people are talking about this deck in rooms that I'm not standing in, and rooms that you all are not standing in. People are talking about these images. People are talking about the wisdom of the deck, right? People are talking about how this is, like someone said, like people are so ready for the wisdom of the divine feminine. And so I guess I'd like to ask you, how does the divine feminine show up in your lives? And maybe we can hear from Rafina and Aura and Erica, the voices we haven't yet heard. Maybe we can hear from other voices too. The voice that we have heard.
Listen, what you just said. I mean, so much of what everybody just said, I definitely was consciously choosing silence so that I could hear what this room, virtual room of brilliant goddesses have to say. Because when we were in circle and in ceremony and in ritual gatherings, I just learned so much from you all. And watching you over the last 5 years and watching myself step into this divine feminine has been quite a journey. So again, I cannot say enough how powerful you all are and how powerful this circle is. And to know that, as Dr. G just said, that these decks are in rooms and that we are not in all around the world and are fueling conversation and are changing and informing these new images of what the God is. I'm just in awe and grateful to be in service in that way. So stepping into the divine feminine, honey, COVID had me in the kitchen with pots and herbs, trying to figure out a recipe to keep myself and my children safe and healthy. When the world was telling us it was okay that to be afraid of everything. Remember, they had us buying stuff and sitting it outside for 12 hours because we didn't know if the COVID was going to come off of you or come off of that person or come off the papers. Take a shower as soon as you get home. I mean, we were being told to be afraid. And that period, and I was very afraid. The amount of anxiety that took over my being was off the charts. I've never been that anxious. And then, like they say, that's when you turn to God. I had to turn into my inner God energy, because they even were like, drum circle, you know what I mean? Like everything was shut down. Dance class was shut down. The church was shut down, everything. And so we didn't have a choice. We had to turn within. And as a mother, I had to go and set up my altar, because I had an altar in my mind, but it wasn't a physical altar in my home. Now my altar, 2 years into this COVID, into this pandemic, is the center of my home. So tapping into my divine feminine and sitting and speaking with my grandmother, both of my grandmothers who are ancestors, and being with them and being with great granny and remembering conversations about what teas go and, and which vitamins, and the divine feminine that heals, that we tap into, that will heal our physical bodies. But then I also found that I started to connect with other women and other goddesses who were all about healing our inner bodies. So what oils can I put on? What music can I play? What colors can I wear that will lighten my mood, or that will remind me who I am and the powerful ancestors that I come from? The divine feminine continues. I am so much deeper embodying the divine feminine than I was before. And I'm so grateful for all the sisters who have been doing the work, because I feel like there are many of us who just rose up out of this pandemic really a couple of months in. We was like, okay, we're not gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about y'all, but within a couple of months, I was like, I'm not dying. In fact, I'm about to come out of this stronger than I was before I went in. And I give thanks and praises for my circles and for my sisters and for my family who have that spirit. So for me, that's the divine. The divine is like Big Mama or Auntie, or that energy that's like, baby, that's what they say. But let me tell you what we gonna do. Let me tell you who we are. Let me tell you what we about. Like Tanino, she was out there playing the drums when the people were scared. She was like, but come to class.
Come to class, just stay 6 feet away and put on your mask if that's what you need to do. But you better come next to these drums and get that ancestral healing. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, Divine. So yeah, that's a non-linear answer, but y'all know what I'm saying. So
We understand the circle, Afina. We understand the circle. We're good. We don't want lines here. You all right. Erica, I think we lost some people. Oh, and they're back. But Erica, do you want to jump on that? Tell us about the divine feminine in your life.
The divine feminine, embracing self-love. And I have really, from the time that I was photographing all of you, I was also going through slightly, as I was working, I was still embracing the moments and sessions and whatnot. And I have grown immensely, effortlessly. And the self-love is just, there's no words, because it's, the amount of it has just expanded, and it keeps expanding. And I'm very, very happy that I found it again, because it was always there, and knowing now how much more it can grow, and how it just it's never ending, and it's always just, it's larger and larger and warmer and comforting. And it's part of all of us. It's part of the whole experience of life. And once we start there, it just expands throughout everybody and everything, and it attaches to everything. And love is so strong and powerful, and we always have it, even though sometimes we feel like it's not there. It's always there. And just being in love here is just, that's the divine for me. And it brings this light that's here and just makes it brighter and brighter. And I'm so happy to just always feel it and see it all the time. And I'm hoping that I am also emulating it to the world, and the best way I can. And yeah, that's about how far I can go for now. I probably could go on and on about
No, this is lovely.
love, but I love all of you ladies, and I love our experience, and I just can't wait to just see more of how we evolve.
You mean you can't wait to be in the next deck? Is that what you said? What?
Correct.
Great. I can't
Goddess-
wait for you to be in the next
Goddess
deck either.
Aja. As you
Right.
see in the background.
I'm super excited about that. So, Aura, I would love, I want to make sure that we talk a little bit about, we've been talking about the whole time. I definitely want to give you a chance to respond to the divine feminine, because I feel that that's very much in your wheelhouse. And also, maybe you could also tell us a little bit about what it was like, what rites of passage are like in your life, and what it was like going through this process, and maybe any other processes, other initiations that you've been in. It's a twofer. Go for it.
All right, beautiful. The divine feminine shows up in my daily life through my connection to my body. So every time I look at myself in the mirror and I move my hips or sway, I'm connected to the divine feminine. Noticing beauty all around me. I feel like the divine feminine exudes beauty, but it also exudes death. It's everything in between. It is the creation of life and also the transformation through death. And I also connect to the divine feminine just through tuning into my body and my emotions and my mind throughout the day. More in my masculine energy right now, or am I more in my feminine energy right now? And how to keep those in balance as I'm moving throughout the day. And so I also feel like the divine feminine flows through how we adorn ourselves. So like how we want to dress and how we want to show ourselves each day.
Aura is in Mexico, and perhaps the internet connection has given her some, maybe that's what we needed to hear. She'll be back. Well, look at that face. She radiates beauty. I will drop in the comments where you can find all of these beautiful goddesses and the projects that they're into right now and how they are out here changing. You heard most of them say that they are changing people's lives. They work with people. Frozen in love, says Kim. I love that. Oh, she's back. Okay, we lost you for a minute.
Oh, okay. That was funny.
But it was a beautiful freeze. You were frozen in love, said to me. You were like.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's what I feel like how the divine feminine shows up in my life, through my presence, through my smile, through my energy, and through my embodiment. And then rites of passage have been such a powerful momentum of a gateway in my life of getting to know who I am. So this particular gateway was really, or rites of passage was so powerful, especially our celebration where we all wore white and we all like the drumming and we walked through as who we were becoming. I had never experienced anything like that. And so that really supported me in embodying a new level of confidence and trust in myself. So I think rites of passage help us get in tune to our purpose, our confidence, and comfortability in being seen and being felt. And other rites of passages that I've gone through have supported me in getting to know the different faces of femininity, right? Like we have these 4 archways that we move through in our lifetime as women, and those can be known as the maiden, mother, queen, and crone. And the queen has been forgotten in a lot of traditions. Often you'll just hear maiden, mother, and crone. But the queen is also extremely important, and they're all important. And when we get in touch with these rhythmic embodiments of each archway or each archetype, it supports us through the duration of our life. So that when we do enter crone, where we can relax into it. We're not fighting it. I think a lot of times we women are not ready to age or, become an elder or embody that wisdom. However, if we're fully met in those rites of passage through each archetype, once we get to the crone, it's an honor. We're ready to receive and embody that element of our feminine life cycle because we got to embody all the other ones. And when we know the gifts of each one, they're easier to come into attunement with. So I love rites of passage. I think they're really, really important in getting to know ourselves and being seen in our community. And yeah, I'm grateful for this rites of passage as well, because I'll finally share that as a biracial woman, I wasn't quite sure if I could embody a Black goddess within, because I identify with both of my cultures or identities. And so being so accepted by all of you, being accepted by Dr. G, of like, yes, you can also embody a Black goddess, was very empowering for me, and also a rites of passage into bringing in this other culture or identity in my life that had been a little forgotten or a little far away. So bringing them together was also really important and a huge part of a healing process for me. So I'm really grateful for this journey.
That just makes my heart sing. Oh, that is so beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay. Yay. I want to tell a story that I want to just recall a memory. You are all there, but I want to recall a memory because maybe you didn't see it from my perspective. But when we were doing the threshold crossing, like when we're preparing to do it, I think there were maybe 50 people in the room. And, it's literally you're stepping over a threshold, right? And what happens when you cross a threshold is, well, before you cross the threshold, you've been developing the knowledge, the skills, and the wisdom you need in order to step into the new role on the other side of the threshold, right? And your community is witnessing you do this. So what happens is, you know what you're supposed to be doing, they know what you're supposed to be doing, and you know that they know that you know what you're supposed to be doing. And so you can't slip up. There's no backsliding, right? And so I was trying to create this, it was a philosophical or spiritual threshold crossing, but it was also a physical threshold crossing. And I just remember saying, okay, something to the effect of, okay, I need everyone to line up in 2 parallel lines of equidistant, and like no one moved. And then cultural responsive education, Soul Train line. And then people lined up and it was perfect. And then we were able to do that. And I was just like, but it didn't until this moment. I had forgotten that that happened, but that was hilarious to me. So I wanted to just bring that in. It's like culture, you know, we have our own language, and we need to bring in those languages and those intelligences when we need to activate them. I think that's one of our strengths. Full stop. So, okay, back to this question. I would love to hear. So we're approaching time because I don't want to hold you all because I do think that we could talk for like 17 hours straight. So let me just throw it out here, and I'd love to hear from everyone. What else would you all like to share about rites of passage or initiation or meeting the goddess as you did and creating with, oh, great, people are flexible. I mean, well, what's going to happen, or is we're going to go over, but I'm pretending that I'm going to stay in integrity with the time. I'm not pretending. I'm pretending. We're going to go, we're just going to do what we're going to do. But we're going to sort of, you know, we're headed down the runway, the jetway, whatever. Okay, apparently everyone can say, so we're gonna keep talking. Great, there's no pressure. I am, my husband and my child are not here, so I am also free to be here with you all. Let's dive in. Tell me the things you all are dying to say. Forget a question, like just tell me what you're dying to say. Tell me about the divine feminine. Tell me about rites of passage. Tell me about the relationship you built with this and perhaps other goddesses. Tell me how excited you are to see a 44 card next volume of the Black Goddess within Oracle deck. So this one, see, no, wait, hold on. These are all the cards. This is the OG deck. The new deck's gonna be like that. I'm saying 44 cards. Just tell me I want to hear all the voices, please. Come on in.
Well,
Yes, congrats. That would be a nice deck. Yes.
I would like to ask, for me, as the goddess who led me to my goddess and created all this extraordinary shift in all of our lives, and you also met your goddess, would you be willing to share about your journey? Because there were some magical moments where I saw you so powerful and so tender and just leading the force. I was so inspired by your journey as you guided us. And I would love, if you're comfortable, to elaborate on your experience and maybe talk about the goddess that you met.
I'm shy and I don't like to speak in public. Okay. I met the goddess Califia. I have to tell you, I actually looked back like it was there. She is not back there. It is technology. Okay, I met the goddess Califia. Yeah, I did get over that shyness quick because it's not true. It is folly. I was making bad jokes. I should explain to the audience that's watching. There's an internal chat that's happening that you all are not privy to, and it's delightful. And so sometimes I'm responding to what I'm seeing in that chat. I should also check this chat. Yes, okay, the chat's good. So I met Queen Califia. Man, where do I even start? I don't even know. I don't know where the beginning of the journey was with Queen Califia. I don't know if she came before I decided to work with the goddesses from Africa, because she herself is not from Africa, but she is, I do consider her a Black goddess. She is, excuse me, I consider her like the matriarch of California. California is named for her. She is a character who was in a story written by a Spanish man whose name I always forget, in the 1500s. And she's actually, her story is responsible for the gold rush of that time. It was before the maps were finished and California was thought to be an island. And he wrote about this land, this mythical land of California, where the land was protected by Queen Califia, and he described the women as like strong, robust, black-skinned women, and they were always dressed in gold because that was the only metal on the island. And with the help of griffins, man-eating griffins, they protected the island of California. And so that's part of the story. There's the story. Thank you, Garcia Rodriguez Montalvo. I forget his name every single time. The Adventures of Esplandine is the name of the book. And I've been trying for years to find an English version. Can't find it, only in Spanish. Appreciate you. So when I was working, when I discovered her story and started reading more and more about her, I then, as I was putting this initiation or journey together, I was just Googling about Queen Califia and discovered just 2 hours away that there's a Queen Califia's Magic Circle, which is this huge, it's not, I mean, it's huge. It's probably 100 feet in diameter. It is actually a circle. It's a mosaic garden. It has these beautiful poles with masks on top. And in the middle of these 8 to 10 huge, mosaics, each pole was different and had a different character or animal on it, or animals. You walk into a beautiful black and white sort of mirrored wall, which is where we did this mirror work that Diana was referring to. And in the middle of it, there is like, I don't know, a 40-foot statue of Queen Califia, this big, strong, black-skinned woman with beautiful silver locks, standing on top of a griffin with her pole or her staff. And just, she is at once inviting and protecting, and we did work underneath her. We danced in a circle. I have some of the best, Erica took some of the best shots of like our joy just bouncing off of the picture. So I'm not exactly sure why I became so attached to Califia, but I definitely did. And she was the patron saint or our guardian angel for this project. And I have gone many times since to Queen Califia's Magic Circle. And just so y'all, it's the artist's name is Nikki St. Paul. She was a French-American artist, and she has a tarot garden in Italy, and she's got some other places, and it's also another mosaic sort of situation. So for me, I was fresh out of school. I think I was only maybe 1 or 2 years out of school, maybe 3. I was 3 years at this point. And I had been working, I was working with oracle decks. And I noticed that there were very few people of color, goddesses of color, and very few goddesses from Africa. There were a lot of, if they were there, they were Orisha, right? Or they were from Egypt. Like those are very well-known pantheons. But there's the rest of the continent. There's 52 other countries, and even in Nigeria, there's other gods and goddesses that are worshipped. It's not just the Orisha. So it's just very Orisha and Neteru centric. And I was like, well, what else is out there? Like what other wisdoms and knowledges and intelligences have we been separated from, and what can we do to reconnect it? So I say that standing up for the Black body is there you go, that is Queen Califia's Magic Circle. I say that standing up for the Black body is my personal, professional, and artistic daily practice, and it really is the driving force behind everything that I do now. And so I can't say that I walked away from academia to do this work, but I walked away from academia and now I'm doing this work, right? So this is, I don't know, does that help? Does that answer your question, Diana? And so now we have a new patron saint, a new guardian angel for the next deck, and her name is Pamela Coleman Smith. And if you don't know her story, she is the woman who drew all 78 images on the Rider-Waite tarot deck, which is one of the most popular tarot decks like in the world. She was a half Jamaican, half English woman who was not given credit for her work until about 10 years ago, about 100 years after her death. And so as a restoration, we're actually going to create, not just honor her as the guardian angel, but we're going to create a card for her. So there's going to be, and I believe that her call to action or her mantra is going to be Ancestral Oracle. So I'm giving you guys some sneak peeks right now. Her name is Pamela Coleman Smith. There's a beautiful book out on her that I actually just got. It came out a couple of years ago. It's really well researched. It's an incredible story, and just about how the divine feminine and the Black divine feminine gets hidden, is made invisible, gets stuffed under. And now people are starting to refer to it as the Rider-Waite Smith deck, but it took 100 years and some dogged research by a few people to make it really happen. So my way of honoring her poetically, I think, is to actually put her on a card in an oracle deck. So she's currently like holding me in this journey.
Can I add something? So I want to share a story and then I want to ask a question. Okay. So I've been on this journey, Erica, self-care, self-love, all the way, abundance, that led me to Tulum, and which was life-changing. And I came back and I was in a circle at the ocean, a new moon ceremony in Long Beach in a circle. And there was a sister that I came across, and because it was just all races, ethnicities of women, just all this feminine, divine feminine energy under the new moon at the ocean, all wearing white, ceremony, ritual, all the beautiful things. So there was a sister that I encountered, and she looked at me and I looked at her, and I was like, hey, and she was like, hey, and we hugged. I had never met her before, right? And so, but it was definitely like an energy of like, hey girl, I ain't seen you in a minute, right? And she knew people that I knew. So I just assumed we knew each other. So fast forward, we had connected over the phone, and I realized, or we were talking, and I mentioned the deck or something, and she goes, that's where I know you from. She goes, you're on that goddess deck. You're on the Black Goddess deck. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh my God, I use that deck in my healing work with my clients, people that I work with and do my healing work. She goes, girl, I see your card. I use your card. I use that deck. And I was like, right? And so hopefully she's watching right now. Yes, yes. And so that was the first time that I've met that, like, it really clicked for me that this deck is being used by people in so many places that we don't see, but we're impacting, people's spiritual work. And so I'm just curious to know, what has been your encounter with the deck since it was printed and made public to the world?
Are you asking everyone or are you asking me? Everyone, okay. I look at it every single day because I send them out every single day. That is it's amazing. I'm tracking it. It's going everywhere. We've sold almost 1,500 decks. It's incredible. That is my interaction with it. Well, and then I'm actually starting to get feedback, like you said, people are using the deck. People are using it in their ancestral work. People are using it. People are so excited to have something they can relate to. And most Oracle decks are illustrations. So there's something really resonant and that vibrates off the pictures, off the photographs, right? So there's something, we created something that's not been done before. And I'll pass it on.
I would like to say, I had like a moment of realization yesterday, and I texted G about it. Didn't realize it had been 5 years since going on this journey, and just like looking back and remembering where I was mentally, and even just in what space I was in the world, and what I was doing, what my day-to-day life looked like. I was in a very much a space of like transition. I didn't know that what I was wanting was something that could be wanted. And I didn't know that it was something that could be lived. And going through this process, it gave me the okay to want and go after those things unapologetically and fully, even though I still didn't know that what I was wanting was something that could be even attained. Again, like I didn't even know that this life that I was thinking of in my head could be possible. And so fast forward to now, 5 years later, I'm living that life 1000%. In the moment then I was just starting this drum journey. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm a traditional West African musician. I play 5 different instruments, and going to Africa wasn't even a thought 5 years ago. And I just came back from being there for a month by myself, completely immersed within the this world that I wanted to be in, but didn't know a world existed of this. And not only was it like not there's so much wrapped up in being able to go, like, I'm 100% just an artist. I don't have a job. I don't have a full-time income. I don't know how.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Pause.
You have a full-time job.
Ashe.
Okay, I just wanted, you
Ashe.
bring healing through your music and your art
Ashe.
and your hair, like you stop it.
Ashe.
Okay, let's continue.
Yes. Rewind. So not your typical. And then what most look at, even sometimes now I look at it, I'm like, I don't even know how this happened, how it was here. But I'm so grateful for this journey, because then I didn't even allow myself to like be who I was without I was just playing myself small. And there's just no more of that. Like there's just no more of that at all. I walk 1000% in who I am and what I want. And even in those moments of, I don't know what that is and how that exists, I'm okay and allowing myself to want it and just do it and be it fully. Like, then I wanted the arts to support my life, and now the arts support my life. And not only does it support my life, I help other people's lives. And that is a beautiful thing. And it's through ancestral conversation, not only through the drums, but through the language. And like, I'm just so grateful for this whole experience. It 1000%. If you are on the fence about doing it, about thinking about it, whatever, like just tap in. 5 years later, the residuals are still very prevalent for me.
May I just
Ashe.
on that? Because my experience of standing in the goddess, the light, you're just shining. You can't help what's coming because you're shining. When you stand in your goddess, you are shining, and then it's coming. They're coming, and just receive them because that's what's happening. You can't not attract. You can't not shine because it is an extraordinary elevation that is just like bees to honey. Do you know what I mean? It's just an instinctive, it's extraordinary. And I'm experiencing the same thing. I'm like, what is happening? But I realize when my clients come to me, they see the goddess that I am standing in. And there's nothing I can do about it. Do you know what I mean? Because I've chosen that's where I rightfully belong. And I just let them come. Let them come. It's beautiful. So I really honor you, Tani. Yes. Good for you.
Makes me so happy. You all like, oh, someone else was jumping. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna talk about this this identity, or this socialization that most women in the Western hemisphere come into, this competition, this ability to top another female, or be in odds or jealousy, which I was born into and was brought into from peer pressure, from television, from movies, from all these different things, and growing into myself. Oh, don't let her talk like that to you. Oh, she's gonna steal your man. All of these like different, very surface, superficial ideologies that are imposed on the feminine body, right? As I grew, and that when I came to the group, some of that was there, like, oh my God, I'm here with these women, I don't know them. Like, is somebody going to make fun of my features? Is someone going to like talk about how I speak? You're going to make fun because I don't eat meat, I'm a vegan, all these different things that we tend to not share our spirituality, all these different things. And when I met you all, this was the first circle of women that I completely let my guards down. That I was like, oh, that was some phony shit back there. You know, like everybody was allowed to be them. Everybody was allowed to show up with flaws or so-called flaws or imperfections, and they were embraced, right? They weren't shunned. It was like, you feel that way? Hey, I've been there. I've been there. I've been jealous. I've said some stupid things to myself and to other people. But this was the first circle where I felt fully confident to say, right? And I think it was the way that you built it, Giovanni, and thank you for following through with your dream, your vision, and seeing that. Thank you. Because the way that you had it going, you had us meet, then you had us do the sound bath. I will never forget that sound bath. Oh my God, that changed my life. Changed my life. I'd be looking for sound baths like everywhere. Fun stuff, right? Haven't found anyone like Brother Man over there at the home. Forgot his name. Darn, we keep forgetting these names. Ozzy, yes, the bomb. But yeah, and from that day forward, people like, how are you so calm? Did you just hear what she said about you? Did you just feel? And I'm just like, oh, yeah, I did. Has nothing to do with me, however, right? But I'm sorry you feel this way. How are you so peaceful? I was just coming back from Florida on the plane, and there was a newly like atheist who discovered God, and she was praying all the way from Florida to Philadelphia, and she happened to be sitting next to me, and I'm reading my book, and she taps me on my shoulder, middle-aged hippie white woman, and she taps me on my shoulder. She goes, how are you so calm and collected and not afraid? And I was just like, oh, we're gonna be okay. She's like, I am so glad God put me next to you, because I would have been freaking out this whole flight. But your energy, your groundedness has helped me to like breathe, right? If that was fast forward 10 years ago, I would look at her and be like, excuse me, I'm reading my book. I'm trying to get through. So, you know, I know that, but it was just like, no, I'm not that person who has to cut people off who are trying to share. That's not me. That's an imposed personality. And so it honestly helped me to say that we don't always have to be a competition. We don't have to be a competition. It's an abundance. There's so much out here for us. There's no reason why we should hold back our goodness or our groundedness so that in fear of somebody taking it. No one can take anything. It's energy, right? So I want to commend you on following through, because if you had not followed through, I probably would have still been stuck in that superficial understanding or ideology of what a woman is supposed to be, and not ground myself in all those things that are my strength. So thank you, Dr. G.
You are so very welcome. I was walking the dog some months ago, and I heard very clearly, let the goddess lead. And, you know, I consider the goddesses to be part of my ancestral lineages. They are my milk line. They're the ones that nurture me. I believe that we have a milk line, a spirit line, and our bloodlines. And I was really trying to run a program that was on the bloodline side, and the goddesses were like, nope. Actually, you're doing this. You're actually creating this deck. And I was like, okay. And so here we are again. I think that's actually part of the approach to goddess. It's like you listen to I sure can. You listen to the intuitions, the insights, the gut. You listen. I didn't. So I've been asked to expand on the 3 lineages, and I will say them very clearly. We have our bloodline, which are the people who are, we're genetic to our genetic lineages. We have our milk line, They nurture us like when you breastfeed a baby, not to be confused with a MILF line, which I suppose there could be MILF ancestors, but I don't have any of those. And then there is your, you all are out of control. Then there is your spirit line. And those are human or non-human beings that are not necessarily related to you, but that walk with you. And I believe that there could be some other ones. I think there's like an elemental line because, water, the air, fire, all of those things can also be ancestors. I also think there's a martyr line. I mean, I think there are times when people lose their lives. And like we owe them a debt of gratitude, and we need to honor them in that way. Like they lost their lives to the cause, and I feel like we can honor. That's it. Anyway, I can talk about the lines for a long time. Does that help, Aura? Okay. Yeah.
I want to say something.
That I'm not recording.
No, that's too bad.
I pressed record earlier, but it'll be on Facebook. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be on Facebook. It's not gone. It's not lost. It's just not on Zoom. Yes, Erica.
Just to reiterate off of what most of you have been saying lately about just I guess the experience and being behind the scenes of it all. And really, I mean, I was on board straight off when Giavanni asked me to photograph, and I was, just trying to see the vision, but I knew it was happening. And then to actually see it evolving from, the first day we all met and each session and everything that everyone went through. And I just really, I know the cards speak volumes because of everyone's individual energy came through the camera. And I felt it every time I photographed each one of you. And I could just, like I said before, I could just see how you all evolved each time. And just knowing that this was going to be beautiful. And I just felt the love and energy come from each and every one. And everyone is so different. And I'm so glad that I got to experience that and to capture that through the lens, because that is why these cards are so powerful, is because of each one of you and your beautiful smiles and your beautiful bodies and your beautiful energy just coming through effortlessly. And you may not have felt that or seen it when you were doing it, but I did. And I am just so honored again to have captured all of you. So it was a beautiful time. I'm so glad that Giavanni executed it and kept at it. And yeah, and I can't wait to see the new deck and then feel those energies from those beautiful women.
Thank you, Erica. I'm so happy that you're here and that you're going to continue on the journey. I also would like to just take this moment to give a special shout out to Rafina Jones, who was a Brewa in the deck. But I want you all to know that at my very, very first event, when I was like, I'm a healer, I'm going to change the world. She showed up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drove with me to the other side of the city, helped me unload a bunch of drums and have my very first event in Pasadena, which was a whole nother story. But Rafina Jones has been there for me through this particular journey. Like she comes through. And now she's using social media. I don't know if y'all have seen this, but she supports everything she believes in, right? Like she's hyping people up all the time. She's tagging people, she's sharing, she's saying, go to this. She's on Reel. She don't let yourself cook something she likes because she's never gonna start, like the whole world will know about it. And so I just wanted to say thank you for really seeing me before I knew that this was a thing. And I just really I really do appreciate you and all that you do, all that you have done and all that you do, even when you have little babes, with your little babies in your arm, you left your children to come support me. And I feel that deeply. So thank you.
And we sang your graduation song when you got your PhD. PH what? PH done. PH what?
Oh my God.
PH done. She got that PhD, y'all.
Oh,
and we were in her backyard, and a drum came out and we got to dancing. I mean, I give thanks and praises for your friendship and your sisterhood. You know, we've been rolling since before the children. Okay, there was a life before the
For
children.
the children.
We were maidens.
That's right. We were maidens. Look, we're maidens. We're mothers. Now we're queens.
Queens, baby, queens.
That's so much more powerful than middler. I've just been calling us middlers. I like queen so much better, Aura. Thank you. Sorry.
But I mean, that's the beautiful thing, like this journey with Abrewa, and I'm thankful to you. I love having a powerful circle. I love having friends and sisters who are in their purpose, like truly walking in their purpose. And I think that I give what I need and I give what I want to experience, because I be wanting, you know what I mean? I be wanting to be hyped up. So when it's people that I'm close to and connected to, and you doing something beautiful and I'm feeling light from what you're doing, I want to say it because I want to feel it. I want to celebrate you, and I want other people to join in. And it's something about this journey, this magical, spiritual goddess, it's beyond words thing that happened where those cards, those particular goddesses chose us. You know, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but it was no accident. It was no coincidence. It was no, you know, let me just close my eyes and grab a name. Like Abrewa chose me as I chose her. And for these last 5 years, and probably through much time in the future, I will continue to work with what is abundance. You know, how do I define abundance? There's this, I know Giavanni, you and I have talked about that concept that your income is a reflection of the income of your 5 closest friends, right? And so we know that, but what about the spiritual depth and that connects it, that energetic wealth and abundance? I have some powerfully energetically wealthy and spiritual friends and sisters. And so I give thanks for that. And part of my celebration is like, do y'all know about this? Y'all better come get some of this. and I mean, 5 years later, I'm almost wearing the same outfit that I'm wearing in the card. I mean, and I didn't choose this. That's a break. This is the unseen. And I play in the come on now. Did you put it? Come on now.
Wow.
And I have seen, listen, the power, the aura, like your picture. I love when Giavanni tells a story about how you walked into the photography session, how you knew the picture, you knew the energy, you knew what you wanted to give. Fast forward 5 years later, girl, you have emerged out of ocean after lake, out of stream, left and right, because you've embodied that goddess. And I love that, the power that Tani has when she balancing that staff on the ground. And what she be doing at Lamert, child, with those sticks? What she be doing? I mean, so it's through in my spiritual practice with all my coaches and everything. I got financial coach, I got a spiritual coach, I therapy, all kinds of stuff, anxiety, everything. I get coaches for many things. And one of the principles is write it down, right? Journal, write it down, write your goals down, vision board, write it down. But Giavanni, we did something that I'm still processing. Like, we went to a whole different level of not just writing down our goals, but Erica captured our image of us embodying these goddesses that not only we see when we see the deck, but others are seeing it and seeing us as that. It's like a contract we've made. And that's that. And that's that on that.
I actually feel, Rafina Jones, that this notion of contract is a beautiful one on which to close this circle, acknowledging that initiation in many ways helps us acknowledge the contracts that we made before we came, right? These are our ancestral contracts. And initiation prepares us and walks across the threshold and to the other side. And let's be clear, our lives are full of thresholds, right? And the spaces between them. It's not a one-time deal. You go like this, you go like this, you go like this, right? You keep going, you keep moving through the thresholds. And that's why I feel like this is the moment. So I would like to invite, are you saying Mama, may you speak? Mocha, is that what you're saying? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, and I'll bring my tongue drum and close us out too.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said yes, and Mama, I'll bring my tongue drum to close us out too.
Okay, excellent. Before you go then, let me just give everyone a chance to say one sentence. You know, and I say that lightly, but one sentence about your closing thought today. Tani, let's start with you. Oh, were you not ready? Okay, great. Let's start with you. Let's start with you. Oh, well, whoever wants to go then. I'm gonna volunteer someone. Okay, Erica, please, final thought. Yeah, I know you're all just getting warmed up, but final thought.
Yeah. Final thought. Allow yourself to be in love with self.
Ashe. Ashe. Thank you. All right.
I got you. Final thought. If you're here, it's because you already know, or maybe somebody told you about the good work that Dr. Giavanni does. And allow me to piggyback onto whatever they just said. And don't question it. Don't wonder about it. Go ahead and solidify that deal, seal the deal, and go ahead and tap in with her and do the work so that you can 5 years later be on here with us and telling about how great you are of it, how great of an experience you have with Dr. Giovanni, because she's absolutely amazing. And whatever threshold you are trying to cross, she will help you cross it.
Oh, thank you, Tani. Ashe. Ashe. Aura, Kim, whoever.
Moving groove, moving groove, moving groove, moving groove. Just find your groove and move in it. Find your groove and move in it. Find your groove and move in it. That's it. Move and groove. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Come on, choreographer. Come on.
Come on, come on.
I love
It's
it.
really important. Find your groove and move.
Ashe. Ashe. Aura.
Final thoughts. Live in your truth and live a life that you want to live, not anyone else that has preordained for you. Your life does not have to follow anyone else's structure or vibration. You get to choose your own life, no matter how wild or crazy it might seem or look like.
Ashe. Fina.
I want to invite those who are listening, those who are attending. I want to invite you to step into your goddess light, to step onto your goddess path. And as you love and adorn and provide and nurture yourself, your light, your aura will beam, and you will feed, you will help, you will guide others. So as you nurture yourself, others will receive as well.
Ashe. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Mocha.
While everyone was expressing, two things came to mind: the yin and yang, and then our blood and the ritual of that, and giving the blood back to the earth and all this good stuff. And I was sitting here and noticed, even though we didn't send a color code out, we had the colors gray, black, white, and red. And the black and white reminded me of the yin and yang, and then the gray, the neutral, and the red, the blood. And everyone had red in their background or in their body, whether what you're wearing, something on you, lipstick. I had my red cup. Goddess Aura had her Kundalini, and then Mama Kim, you just brought in the pink that reminds me of the vulva. There's a whole vibe going on. But what comes to mind is that balance and that integration of the yin and yang, both the goddess and gods, the yin yang, the masculine, the feminine, just embodying that is what we're called to do, so that we can live like in harmony with ourselves. And we can't do one without the other. So when we get still and we're in our yin and we're being creative and we're meditating and we're gaining clarity, that masculine begins to take action and move and be that light that we're talking about. So the light, the yang, the masculine, and the yin, the dark, the stillness. I'm just so grateful for the embodiment of it all. So yeah, just my last words are love you being yourself, love you being you. All right.
So you're gonna take us out with a little tongue drum?
Yes, one hand on the heart, the other on the womb, the gut, the digestive system, the solar plexus, just down there somewhere. Either close your eyes or pick a spot on the wall, or maybe even look at your nose bead. And on the count of one, we're going to inhale together and exhale. The inhale will be on this sound, and the exhale will be on this sound. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, smell the flowers. Exhale, blow the candles. We give girls so much gratitude for our life, so much gratitude and love to all those experiencing grief. Gratitude to our ancestors, all the guidance, all the love, all the protection. So much gratitude to Mama and Papa Earth and all the nutrients that are here, that are natural to us and always provided. And gratitude for the conditional and unconditional love that's out there. And may we all tune into loving ourselves, be more unconditional, loving and compassionate and graceful, and just in awe that we are here representing the divine in the way that we are, and being in alignment with what our journey is, our individual journeys on this planet. Ashe, 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 ashe.
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 Thank you so much, Aura and everyone. I want to thank Erica and Rafina and Kim and Aura and Tani and Mocha and Diana who had to leave us. Thank you all for this beautiful, beautiful trip down memory lane. And I also think it's simultaneously a trip down into the future. I'm going to stop the live stream and we'll say goodnight to everyone. Good night.